Hello, ladies and gentlemen, crypto deep divers. Welcome back to Weekly Crypto. Today, I'm going to talk about Bitcoin. Just in case you're new to the channel, just to remind everybody that EOS Cafe is having an airdrop on December 25th, which is Christmas. Snapshot will be December 21st. Make sure you transfer your EOS out of the exchange to your EOS account to qualify for this airdrop. And BetDice is giving out a lucky draw every day, so make sure you do a lucky draw every day. And this is basically free EOS. Also, go to the payout and claim your balance once in a while. That will automatically go to your EOS account. Also, you can stake additional token to earn additional payout. If you're interested, you can click the link below. Also, EOSBET is giving out dividends. You can check it out as well. And also to bet, I think they have so many gambling websites. This one is new, but I see a whole bunch of volume, so I check it out. This is similar to just roll the dice. And you can check it out as well. If you're interested, you can click the link below. So before we get into that, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out the upcoming airdrop giveaway, half off, or sometimes of token migration. Also, you can follow me on Twitter as well. So let's get into it. So I talk about, so this is an article coming from Bloomberg Intelligence. Usually I don't follow mainstream media, but this is a pretty interesting analysis. So this analysis is basically by Bloomberg Intelligence analysis, Mike Magone. So he is a commodity trader, and the analysis is pretty interesting. So this is back in November 7, 2018. So basically the heading is talking about shaking speculative vibe. Takes time, but it's happening in Bitcoin, and this is very true. It was happening since August. We have been corrections ever since then. So basically, the focus of Bitcoin and other crypto in the next decade will turn from price speculation to their intended use as a proper peer-to-peer global digital currencies, and also will declining volatility and proliferation of stablecoin. This year is part of the transition process. And also right now, most supply, demand, and market price indicator remain negative because this is still a highly speculative crypto asset. And he talked about the hard fork for Bitcoin Cash represent unlimited supply overhang to prices. I disagree with that because if you still remember the Bitcoin Cash hard fork, it become Bitcoin SV, right? And Bitcoin ABC. Let's go to Binance quickly. So I don't know if you still remember, before the Bitcoin Cash hard fork is around $300 some, and after the Bitcoin Cash hard fork, at the time it was like Bitcoin Cash is around $100, SV, and also Bitcoin Cash is ABC is around $200. So basically, the Bitcoin Cash SV diluting the value of Bitcoin Cash, because before the hard fork is $300, it's split into $200 and $100. Of course, right now we are in a bear market. Bitcoin is still correcting itself, and with Bitcoin correcting, all the altcoins will follow. Right now, it's go even lower. So I disagree with that part, and let's get back into it. And other thing is, with the hard fork of Bitcoin, it doesn't mean diluting the value of Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is only have 21 million. And also, we are going to have a halvening coming up. So I will get into that in a minute. And he's also talked about the prospect for institution inflow, and the ETF remain the hope of the hodler. But the thing is, maybe next year, we don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody has a crystal ball. But I don't count on those ETF, because I talk about those rehypothecation and commingling. This is what Wall Street used, and they dilute the value of Bitcoin. Basically, they will have a whole bunch of paper Bitcoin. The thing is, if you don't hold your private key, you don't own your coin. So this is very straightforward. So forget about those ETF. I mean, they will just rehypothecate the Bitcoin along with those mortgage-backed security, US dollar fiat currency, those worthless fiat currency, and also other, for example, US Treasury. They just commingling all those assets together. So this is no point. They are not going to separate the ledger. This is Bitcoin, this is US dollar, and this is US Treasury. They're not going to do that. So they're going to dilute that. And also they're going to the asset can be claimed more than twice. So you can go back to my previous video about rehypothecation. That has a huge implication for cryptocurrency. And he's also talked about in China, demand is banned, but crypto mining elevates the supply. I kind of disagree. Even though cryptocurrency is banned in China, there's still a lot of ways Chinese people can get into crypto. And with the crypto mining elevate the supply. But the thing is, don't forget, Bitcoin halving is happening in 2020. So right now, for F, the miners can get 12.5 Bitcoin per block. And by May 2020, you can only get 6.25 Bitcoin per block. And also the mining difficulty will be getting more, will be increased. It will be getting more and more difficult to mine Bitcoin because right now, there's only total 21 million. So over 70 million already mined. There's not much left. So the mining difficulty will be increased, and also the supply will be decreased as well because you already finished mining everything by the time, I think in the next 5 to 10 years, probably 10 years. And also they talk about global quantitative easing is reversing. Quantitative easing, just in case you don't know, is QE, QE1, QE2, QE3, QE infinity. Those are basically printing money out of thin air. Remember Ben Bernanke, the former Fed chairman, because after the financial crisis, the collapse, they print a whole bunch of money to buy the toxic asset. And those mortgage-backed security, those toxic assets, remember the big bank loan out the mortgage to individuals who don't qualify for the mortgage to begin with. And then after they loan out, create those toxic mortgage, they repackage to the individual investor. And at the end, the individual investor lose money. And also Lehman Brothers, Bear Stearns already collapsed, right? And also, if you still remember, the merger of Bank of America and Merrill Lynch, to prevent the collapse of Merrill Lynch, they have to merge with Bank of America. And also same as Morgan Stanley, they have to merge with Chase Manhattan Bank in order to prevent the collapse of those big bank and brokerage firm. And of course, the US dollar, the US taxpayer is the one who bailed them out. And well, so the next time come around, you're also expecting the taxpayer is going to bail them out anyway. Too big to fail, right? Isn't it? And the Bitcoin price still elevated versus volume, and also volatility and shorts. So basically, they talk about the price of Bitcoin is still high relative to the downward trends in terms of volume, volatility, and the short position. But don't forget, this article is written on November 7. And let's go back to November 7 and see the BTC USD short position. So at the time, November 7, the BTC USD short position is pretty low. So that means there's no reason to pump the price of Bitcoin. So there's only one direction to go, is to go down. If you go to CoinMarketCap, so let's go to 3 months. So November 7, Bitcoin is around 6,500 or something like that, 6,005. And because of the short position, remember the short position is pretty low at the time, is around here. And if the short position is so low, there's no reason to pump. So there's only one direction, is to go down. So it's just exactly what happened. And let's get back to, and also they talk about the volatility. Volatility has to be reached lower level before the Bitcoin can, before you signal the bottom out of the Bitcoin as well. And also volume, also half of right now the volume is basically half of what we used to be in a bull market. And they talk about at the time of this writing, Bitcoin is around 6,500, and he talked about that the level around for the price is around 3,000. So they make a right call. Right now, Bitcoin is around 3,200. And let's get to this chart quickly. So basically, they are talking about this is the Bitcoin volume, and remember 2014 and 2015, they are in a bear market at the time, and basically they're talking about this chart price. The price of Bitcoin is still high because of the volume. The volume is not that high compared to the bull market, so that means the price may go down further. And also, they also talk about the volatility. So from 2014 to 2015 bear market, they have a continuous mean as a 180-day volatility reach a very new low. And the previous low of the volatility is 40% in October 2015. So let's see, October 2015, the new low of the volatility is 40%. Right now, we are at around 50 or 60. So we are not there yet. And remember the volatility at 40% on October 2015. After that, it comes to a bull market. So we haven't reached there yet at this time. So at the time of this writing, Bitcoin was around 6,500. And they are talking about it will go to 2,200 a year from now versus the current 1,500. And in 2011, Bitcoin bottom about 20% below its mean. And 2013 and 2017, they peaked were both 2,700% above the mean. So here they talk about the short position. So you can see this is the short position. If you see the short position is really low, and the price of the Bitcoin will decline. So this can see this is pretty low short position and the price decline. So you can see back in November, the BTC USD short position is pretty low. November 7 is pretty low, and you can see the price of the Bitcoin go down because of the BTC USD short position is pretty low. There's no reason to pump, so that's the only direction is to go down. And let's get back to. So here they talk about the mean. So at 2011, there's only one time in Bitcoin history it go below 1. So it's at 2011. And 2013, it go to 4.3% of the 4.3x of the mean. And that is these I think it's 4.6x to the mean, which is the support level of 2013. And also, I'm not sure if this will go down further. It may happen, so we'll see how it goes. So this is, even though after you go down, you have to go a little bit sideways before you go back up again. So that is on 2014 and 2015. And they talk about Bitcoin versus the support, its mean and also the goal. So you can see Bitcoin support target. You can see 2013 it reached new high. At the time, the price of gold is at 12.24. This is the peak, and the peak will be the next support level for the Bitcoin. It may go down to this way. So they're suspecting it may go down to around 1,500. So that's what is set in here. So this is the next support level because based on the price of gold. And also they also compare the cryptocurrency supply versus Bitcoin. And at the time of the bear market, 2014 to 2015, at the time, remember in CoinMarketCap, at the time probably we have less than 60 cryptocurrency. Right now we have over 200 cryptocurrency. Probably we need some washout before we can go to bull market. And here the blue line is the cryptocurrency CoinMarketCap. So you can see in here, and the yellow one is the Bitcoin. And at the time, so this one has to go, the CoinMarketCap has to go down as well, and you have to wash out those altcoin before we become going bull market again. And also transaction, another thing. Right now, the Bitcoin transactions volume, you can see is pretty low. So right now we are in a bearish territory. And if this go back up, then it may go back to the bullish territory. So transaction volume is also important for the direction of Bitcoin. And of course, with the introduction of the CBOE CME future contract, it will suppress the price of Bitcoin anyway. So just like the gold future, uranium, silver future contract, it suppress the price of the commodity. So don't forget we have a CBOE future contract is going to expire on Wednesday, and the BTC USD, let's see, go back that one. So the BTC USD short position is pretty high. I'm suspecting there may be short-term pump before we go down again to clean up this short position, to liquidate all this short position. And let's see, if you go to the whale watch, there's some whale activity, over 1,600 Bitcoin transferred to an unknown wallet. And then, oh, this is the same transaction, transfer from Bitfinance to unknown wallet. And then this one, over 1,700 Bitcoin transfer from unknown wallet to Bitfinance. And over, oh, this is BET token. So, and this one is over 1,500 Bitcoin transfer from Bitfinance to the unknown wallet, and over 1,700 Bitcoin unknown wallet to Bitfinance, over 1,500 Bitcoin from unknown wallet to Bitfinance. And oh, maybe this is the same transaction, not sure. So we'll see. Maybe there will be a price pump, and before it go down again. I could be wrong too. So, and if you go to the liquidation, BitMEX liquidation bots, so liquidating short currently on Ethereum, so they buy back Ethereum, and then liquidating short on Litecoin, buy back Litecoin, liquidating short on Litecoin, buy Litecoin, liquidating long on Bitcoin, sell Bitcoin, liquidating long on Ethereum, sell, liquidating long on Bitcoin, sell, liquidating long on Ethereum, liquidating long on Ethereum. Oh, I'm not surprised because Ethereum, the short position has been declining. So that means if the short position declining of the Ethereum, that means the price of Ethereum may go down. And this is not financial advice. Please use your due diligence. I'm just talking about crypto, not a financial advice. Let's get back here. And don't forget if you haven't installed the Brave browser, make sure you install it because it's pretty cool. It brought out all the ad. I don't like advertising in my. And also there's a Bitcoin obituary. Bitcoin has died over 334 times. So we'll see how it goes. It has been died so many times anyway, right? And also this is a horrific Bitcoin crash. And the longest bear market is from 2013 to the 2015. And don't forget, after October 15, after the volatility reached 40% in October 2015, then it is embarked the bull run. So it takes about 411 days, almost over 1 year, for the correction before it go back to the bull market. So this is the longest correction ever. So this right now we are in one of the longest correction ever as well. And if you see the Wall Street cheat sheet, you probably know where are we at right now. I talk about this since August. So I asked my viewer, where are we at right now? Are we in capitulation, anger, depression, or disbelief? That was I asked everybody, my viewers, since August. And if you compare the coin market cap and this and that diagram, then you probably know where are we at right now. So you're probably in a better position than the rest of the people. So let me know what you think about this, the price of Bitcoin. Do you think Bitcoin will go to 1,500 before we go to the bull run? And there's a lot of indicator you can see before we go to the bull run. And this is pretty interesting. And also, if you just look at the historical data, it may give you some indicator, but historical data may not be right as well. So we have to look at everything in a different, in a bigger perspective or different perspective. So let me know what you think. What's the price of Bitcoin, upcoming price of Bitcoin? Will it go further down before we see a bull run, or there will be a price pump because of the BTC USD short position has been building up? Maybe there's a temporary price pump before the CBOE future contract expire, before we see price pump. Also, one more thing I forget almost. And the commitment of trade, you can see the spread. This is the short position is over 3,000, long position is over 2,000. This is non-commercial, which is a retail investor. The spread is 221. It's a pretty decent spread. And the commercial one, the short is 264. But don't forget, this is December 11. This is probably a week ago. Some of the position they may liquidate already. So we'll see how it goes. And So let me know what you think. Do you think there will be a price pump before the Wednesday CBOE future contract expire, before we go down again? And what's your price target for Bitcoin? Is it going to 1,500? Please comment below. I would like to hear from you. If you find this video helpful, please smash the like button, subscribe my channel, also share with your friends. And also, you can follow me on Twitter. And if you have already subscribed, make sure you hit the notification bell button so you don't miss out the upcoming token swap, airdrop, or giveaway. Also, you can follow me on Twitter as well. Remember, crypto deep divers, we the people take control of our money. Stay wise, stay safe, peace. I'm not a financial advisor. Investing in ICO or cryptocurrency has inherent risk. Please use your due diligence.